Hello and welcome to Veggie Patch Ideas. It's all about what we are sowing and growing in January. Now, to kick off a brand new season, we've got a little treat for you. We're gonna do this in seasons this year. So I'm gonna show you individually how to sow, and I'm gonna do an episode once a week on how to pull you through the season and get the very best out of your vegetable growing. So today we'll start with what I'm sowing in January, and we'll start off lightly and we'll add to this maybe in a couple of weeks time, 3 weeks time, with some other vegetables. So today is just a test phase, but we do need to get our hot plants in and started off as soon as possible, because things like aubergines, they have a very long growing season, and here in the UK, well, let's face it, it's either raining or very dull, so we do need that light and that heat on them early to if we ever want to harvest out of them. So let's get cracking. And first of all, we'll do our potting mix. Now, this is just a normal multi-purpose compost mix, and you can put it through a sieve, and pretty much I recommend it. And I didn't do it last year because I was rushed for time. This year I've got a little bit of time on my hands today anyway, so we'll stick it in a sieve. And if you bought any compost over the past couple of years, you'll know how it's getting worse and worse year on year, and there are just lumps, huge lumps in it. So if you can afford it, buy some potting mix. If not, multi-purpose compost will do absolutely fine. So get it sieved. And we'll get filling our seed tray. And if you do want to add some perlite, if it is a bit too soggy or keeps wet, add some perlite in, get that drainage going, and it'll just lighten that compost up. So for my heated tray, I'm going to do just that. So let me grab some perlite. And so here we go, we've got our perlite, and I keep it in this big black tub, and it just makes it nice and easy. So, and we can add perlite to any mix this time of year. Just pop a couple of shovels in. That'll see us good, and mix it in well. Maybe one more, eh? And what we'll do, we'll fill our seed tray. Give her a shake. So here we are. So this tray will go on a heated mat, or in my case it will go on a heated tray. So there's a little plug in here, and it sits with a lid on to keep the moisture in it. And the heated tray, mine, it runs at around 8 watts, so it's fairly cheap to run. So the first sowing up is the jalapeno peppers. So chilies, they love a good long growing season. So let's pop one line of jalapenos in. And like I said, this is a test sowing, just one to check germination. And I don't mind waiting a couple of weeks to see if these actually germinate. But if I know one's struggling, I'll know I can re-sow, and I probably will re-sow in a couple of weeks. So the next up is aubergines. Now, if you follow the channel, you'll see my aubergines did absolutely terrible last year. I sowed quite a few of them. Only 2 survived and I got literally 1 fruit. So I'm going to sow more. I'm going to sow a couple of lines of aubergines this year. And I think I'm going to go 2 seeds in each. Because I have a lot of seeds left in the packet, and this packet it's 2 years old, so I want to get them used up this year if I can. So we'll just dip them down. You can do it this way, or you can sieve over the top. We all have our different methods of doing it, and nothing's wrong. If it works for you, keep doing it. Don't be swayed by others telling you you must do it a certain way. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, eh? So there's my couple of lines of aubergines. Now, next up, we're going to do cayenne chili peppers, because as you know, I love my chili peppers, and I harvested an absolute boatload last year. So if you want to go back to the chili episodes, whew, went really well. And it's the same again, season on season. So start them early. Have plenty of seeds. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do 1 line, but with 2 seeds in each cell. That's it, bish bosh. And last up for our hot tray, and I'm only going to do 1 tray for hot because I only have 1 heated mat. I do live in the real world, not with these massive and masses of heated mats everywhere. I want to keep it simple for you guys following at home. Peppers, I have a lot of these seeds, so again I'm going to do 2 seeds per cell, and these are bell peppers. And again, poke them down just a little bit. And what I'll do, I will do a bit of the old magic over the top. That's all it needs. And we'll put these on the pile for watering. And we'll move on to our next sowing. And I'm going to do onions, and we're going to start these off early. I have my onion sets in the ground, but this is an insurance policy, and my seed onions did so much better than my onion sets last year. So I'm going to do both, and let's get a label written out for these. So onions, and just for variety wise, we've got Alicia Craig and alum crepa. So C-E-P-A, Kepper. Make your own mind up. You'll know with the channel, my pronunciation of some seed packets is hilarious, but I'll just go with it, and I'll put the spelling in the description if you want a good translation. So same as last time, we'll stick our label in, and we'll just sow these over the top and we'll sprinkle some compost over the top. Now, I'm going to do 2 or 3 per cell and split them up. Now, the things you need to know about onions, go with me on this one, is you can treat them mean. So don't get planting them or sowing them in very rich compost or farmyard manure. They like a low nutrient soil to get started. Now, in a perfect world, I would be doing these in potting seed mix, seed compost, because it's very, very low in nutrients, like a John Innings #1. I don't have that with me today, and this is just a test tray, okay? But if they germinate, I'll leave them in here and I'll just let them, very, very small trays, very small cells, so it'll have as much less nutrients as I can get it, and just leave them, and I'll let them grow up, fairly establish themselves, and then they can go in the ground. You can plant them in 2 or 3 clumps. They will grow in a clump, believe it or not. You don't have to have them individually everywhere. So give them a little bit of a cover. Flatten that down, and this will go in the polytunnel. So it'll be nice and cold. If we do have a frost or a very deep freeze, I'm in the southwest of the UK, so generally it's very rare it goes to minus anything to worry about. But if it does, I will fleece them over, okay? But in general terms, these will be fine in the polytunnel. And as the weather gets any way, shape or form any different, I will film what I do if I'm protecting them. So I'll keep you up to date as we go. So there's the onions in the polytunnel or greenhouse. If you're doing them outdoors, I wouldn't recommend it this time of year, by the way. So greenhouses, polytunnels, or if you want, in your own home. But there's your onions. Right, moving swiftly on, we've got our greens, our spring greens, and let's just tidy up as we go, eh? As you can see, we've got some beautiful lettuces, the world famous Veggie Patch idea, lettuce hanging baskets, and we want more of the same. The lettuces I'll sow now will go in the low tunnel, some outside and some in the polytunnel as this winter stock comes out. So it's all about the lettuce. Let's fill this up. Right, so here we go. I don't need my pen because all my other seedlings are written out. So we'll start at the top. And this is a good old favourite. It's Lola Rosso, and I have some out of shot in the camera, but it's that curly lettuce. And we're just going to do 1 line of each, a bit of a test bed, and this is a cold tray, so it'll be going in the greenhouse or the polytunnel, and in my case, the polytunnel. So just a couple of seeds in each cell, and we're doing 1 line, as I said. So that's the Lola Rosso. And then next up, we're going to go for some rocket, some good old favourite rocket. We have a load in the polytunnel. It is looking let's just break some off for you out of camera. It is looking a bit overgrown at the minute, but I am still harvesting it. And it smells absolutely beautiful. So here we go. We've got, this is a mixed rocket. And this will germinate lightning fast. If this doesn't germinate in 3 or 4 days, I know there's an issue with the seeds. Okay, so again, I'm being quite generous with the seeds in here. I'm putting 5 or 6 per cell, and they are very big cell trays. So that's our rocket done. I hope you had a very good Christmas, by the way, and a very happy new year. So, happy new year to all of you. Right, next up we've got moon red. Now this is a red lettuce. Now the good things about red lettuce, if you don't know already, is the slugs, they don't eat the reds as much as the greens. Well, at least on my site they don't. So if you are having lots of slug problems, try switching to a red lettuce and see how you go. And if it works for you, please put in the comments for me, because I do want that community feel around this channel. If it's working, let me know. Or if you think there's something I should try, stick it in the comments and I'll give it a go for you. And we'll all learn together, eh? But as for me, I've been gardening on this allotment site, and I actually run this very, very large allotment site. So we have a wealth of experience here, and we're always learning. So there's the moon red. And rattling through them, we've got 4 seasons. So this is a lettuce of, it's called Marvel of 4 seasons. And we'll see how we get on. Hasn't been a favourite of mine. I think this one here, if you are wondering, it's from Wilkinson's. It's a lettuce red leaf mix. And if I show you there, got it? And this has been the best for me, and I've got a lot of these already going, so that's why I'm not doing them today, by the way. So Marvel of 4 seasons. It will look exactly like this one here. Three or 4 per cell. That's all we need. And the 4 seasons one, it is a butterhead lettuce. So if you are doing them individually as they mature, they do get to a very large lettuce. Next up for the lettuces, we have Winter Destiny. And the clue is in the title. It is a bit of a winter one, so it does do well down to very, very cold temperatures. It's a very green lettuce, so it's one that I don't sow much of, but we'll give it a go just for you, just to cover all bases. I know this channel is watched by people all over Australia, Canada, USA, Germany. So I'm trying to give you all a bit of a guidance to go, and then just alter them for your climate or for your season. So Winter Destiny is in. Last but not least, we're going to do a lovely line of radish, because radish, it's fast to grow and it's just nice. It matures very, very fast, and you can get through a lot, and it's a good gap filler. So we do like a little bit of radish, not too much, but let's stick a couple in there, and this will just go nice with a bit of salad as well. So again, with all of these, 2 or 3 per cell, put them on, and bit of dirt on the top, and that's it. What we'll do, we'll water these all down. So like I said, the hot tray will be coming home with me, and we'll put a lid over the top of it, and then warm it up from the base. We'll wait until it germinates, and then at that point, because we still haven't got the daylight, I will be putting this under grow lights, and I won't be putting them 24 hours under grow lights like some people do. Not this year, as you know or don't know, I am moving house. Everything is chaos at the minute. They'll be under grow lights, but probably at the end of the day for a couple of hours, and at the start of the day for a couple of hours. And that's all I generally do as well. I don't put them on all night. I don't like leaving things on overnight. If I can't keep an eye on them, I don't know what they're doing. So these will be coming home, and the rest, these are absolutely fine in the polytunnel. And for temperature wise, in here it is around 14 degrees, which is 58 degrees Fahrenheit, somewhere around there. So that's the temperature we've got, and it's sort of stable around here in this polytunnel. So I'll pop these in, I'll give them a water down, and if you like this sort of content, and like I say, I'm going to carry you all through the season, please think about subscribing. It's the best way of following the channel, and it'll just keep you noted on anything or any changes. And I am active in the community comments as well, so leave your messages or either under this video or over there, and I will get back to you with the answers that you need. So we will see you next time.